Hello everyone, today I have here the freaking beautiful Escapement Time King/Grand Seiko Homage. A few weeks ago, the gorgeous timepiece came back in stock, as alerted by the wonderful Chinese watch subreddit r/Chinese watches. I immediately copped a piece off of the official Escapement Time store for around 80 USD. This ivory white dialed beauty had been sitting in my exponentially growing to buy list for a long time already, mainly because it's been out of stock for around 4 months. Luckily for all of you now, the piece had been steadily stocked since around a month ago, seeming to never fully run out. This stunning dress piece has a diameter closer to 39mm in real life, not inclusive of the crown, as opposed to the claimed 40mm, and has a lug-to-lug of 46mm. The watch is inspired by the Grand Seiko and the King Seiko, with the case of the watch being of a similar shape to a vintage King Seiko, and the handset and hour markers being an homage to some of the modern Grand Seikos. The beautiful handset consists of a blued secondhand, that is, heat-treated blue, and not your run-of-the-mill painted secondhand that you get with cheaper Chinese watches. The beautiful blued second hand is complemented with a set of Grand Seiko style Dauphine hands. These hands are finished excellently with astoundingly sharp edges and a stunning mirror polish. This handset hovers above a slightly beige colored dial that has Escapement Time and Quartz written on it, and on the circumference of this dial sits a set of Grand Seiko style hour markers. The case of the watch is an homage to the vintage King Seikos, a breathtaking case shape. The lugs of the case taper straight to the case itself, with no obvious curves or bends. The high polished surface of the case gives off a smooth reflection of the watch's surroundings. The edges on the case are finished really well, transitions between edges have no rough defects, and all the curves of the case seem to flow naturally. The crown feels sturdy and solid, with the Escapement Time logo beautifully engraved into the side. The sapphire glass is raised, allowing for a more solid and thicker piece of sapphire to be used, and thus reinforcing the build of the watch, whilst also giving the watch a bit of style. The watch arrives with a decent quality leather strap, which is actually quite comfortable to wear, coupled with a solid feeling buckle. The caseback has a smoothly brushed outer and sandblasted and brushed inner, with Escapement Time etched right into the middle. The screw-down caseback of the watch allows the watch to have a claimed 50 meters of water resistance, which is pretty good considering that Seiko's dress watches offered at this price only have a measly hand-washing resistance of 30 meters, and that this watch also comes with a thick piece of sapphire glass as opposed to Seiko's patented harder than mineral hard legs. The strap that came with this piece is actually pretty good, a black alligator style strap with an inner side that stays relatively soft and doesn't harden to form inedible beef jerky. The strap does not attract sweat and perspiration as much as some of the other straps I have used, and sits comfortably on my wrist. At the top end of the strap sits a very solid feeling buckle, high polished to perfection, and is not loose in its place. This, in combination with the smooth caseback, makes for a very enjoyable wearing experience. The movement that comes with this watch is a Seiko VH31 mechanical sweep quartz movement. The movement ticks at 4 beats per second and gives the watch a slight mechanical look, but isn't effective enough to make me say wow, unfortunately. But as we all know, you basically can't go wrong with a Seiko movement. Seiko's creation of the first quartz watch has made the likes of Patek Philippe and Audemars Piguet tremble in their mechanical boots, and most likely this VH31 movement, with a good amount of care, will last longer than some of our elderly. The dial, oh the dial. As cool bald man Kevin O'Leary says, it's all about the dial. The dial on this watch is a tinted warm white and has Escapement Time and Quartz beautifully printed onto its surface. At the circumference sits astounding block hour markers reminiscent of the ones on a Grand Seiko, accompanied by a gorgeous handset, a set polished and finished to such a grade of which I have never seen in watches at this price point. Of course, the finishing on this cannot compare to that of Grand Seiko itself, seeing that this watch is not made by a wrinkled 6,000-year-old Japanese man with decades of experience in watchmaking and Japanese art forms. Instead, this watch is assembled by a 40-year-old Chinese watchmaker with years of experience, paid barely enough due to China's extremely underutilized large population of trade watchmakers. The Dauphine hands on the dial are thick and are cut nicely in the signature diamond shape, as done on Grand Seiko's watches, with a stunning blue second hand topping it all off. The watch is priced at $80 and the value varies by opinion. Do you really want a quartz watch for $80 when you can get an automatic watch with a Seiko movement for not much more? Or perhaps you are looking for a cheap watch with a great level of finishing. In my opinion, it was definitely worth the purchase. It looks great on hand, does its job well, and I don't have to fear it breaking in a few months, all of which are pros in my eyes, so yes, I feel it was worth the $80 I spent on it. So, there you have it, my thoughts on the Escapement Time King Grand Seiko Homage. I hope you found the video somewhat entertaining and informative for your next purchase, and as always remember to subscribe, leave a like, comment if you'd like to have a chat about watches down below, and have a very nice day.